Press Freedom Day, which is based on media's responsibility, social responsibility of media. You see, we always talk about freedom of media, press freedom. But equally, the responsibility of media and responsibility of journalists is to be considered. So I am very happy that they have taken up the responsible portion. The deliberations of my presentation was, on one side we have free media, on the other side we have a right to privacy as enshrined in our constitution or the international covenants of human rights and other social rights. So when media writes something or says something on a person, when the person has not been convicted by court of law, or a prima facie inquiry is going on and later on it was found that there was nothing, but during the trial or during the inquiry, media says a lot of things which jeopardize the social responsibility of the person, and the damage is irreparable. He may come free after the judgment or after the inquiry, but the damage has already been made by the media is irreparable, irreversible, the social reputation. So that is the point that we the journalists will have to consider, that when I am putting fingers on somebody, whether I have substantial evidence, substantial belief to write or say against him, or I will just touch upon what has exactly happened, that he has been asked by the investigating agency to divulge certain information. But that does not mean he is having connivance with that person who is the prime accused or etc. So the coverage should be more objective, and yes, after the verdict comes out, we may write everything what the court has said for which he is convicted, but while the trial goes on, which is known as trial by media, or while the inquiry goes on, we have to restrain, because even the name comes, after name coming in the media, one person's social reputation goes into jeopardy. He has his family, he has his friends, he has his relatives, he has his peer groups, he has his followers. So we have to respect that privacy. A person has also a right to be free from media, which we the journalists who are propagating media freedom also should understand. Yes, in my deliberations I have said that I might have not faced this problem because I work in Doordarshan, which is a public service broadcaster. So we have certain ethics. We do not go after this so-called TRP or rating or something, because of the fact that we are not catering to consumers, we are catering to citizens. But it's a fact of the matter that our country, mostly the media is run by the private and the private business entity, and the private business entity has a point of profit maximizing. And the profit maximizing reason they are steep competition. Now, the other side of the fact is also true that if I do not make profit, I will not exist. Now, if I do not exist, how do we preach and practice good journalism? So there must be a balance. You see, it is a consumer product. Media is a consumer product, but it is also a social good. So there must be a balance and there must be an ethics. So I must respect somebody's social reputation.